Welcome everyone to round 5 of the Iracing.com V8 Supercar official online series presented by Extreme Sim Gear, Direct Clutch Services, Track Racer and V8 Supercar Fan Group. Jay Kennedy and Stephen Sandman Clarke bringing you all the action from round 5 at Spa-Francorchamps. G'day Sandman.
G'day Mr Kennedy, g'day Seth behind the scenes, and g'day to everyone who's tuned in. We're in for a cracker race, 25 laps, Spa, what an amazing circuit, and how good would it be to see the real life V8 Supercars here?
One day. we can dream. I'm sure it'll happen one day, but how far away that one day is, we never know.
Yeah.
The 25 laps of Spa, as you mentioned, we've got a 175 kilometre enduro, one of the longest races we've ever had in the official online series. Take just over an hour in time. And it's definitely shaping up to be a very, very interesting race with a lot of tactic, a lot of drama, and a lot of action, no doubt. We've got 175 kilometres ahead for the drivers, this 7 kilometre circuit.
It's going to be a really interesting race, the way it all pans out. We spoke about how some of the tactics come into it. There's a big gain actually to be made with pit stop strategies because, personally I found out that if you put in the right amount of fuel, you're probably sitting there for about 22 seconds, but there's other guys out there that have decided to short fill and actually save fuel through the race. So it can be a big benefit if you've actually got the talent to save fuel and go fast at the same time.
Go through the starting grid. So Justin Ruggie, as we said, will start from pole. Interesting, George Maris has decided not to race in this race, so Madison Down will start from P2. Muggleton from third, then it's Vale Riches, Sean Kelly, John Emerson, Michael Fabian, Matthew Hill, Robert Hartley, Corey Henger, Wayne Hewitt, Shell Carina, Chris Osborne, Chris Lucky, Sam Collins, Lee Ellis, Luke Graham, Richard Hunter, Mitch Abril, Mark Anderson, Chris Stone, Marty Atkins and Dylan Carroll, the 23 drivers we had for tonight's race. Interesting, we saw Shane Van Gisbergen practicing in that last qualifying session. He obviously decided he's not in a good enough condition or not feeling comfortable enough to race tonight, but as you'd expect, I actually was surprised to even see him out there doing a lap.
Yeah, to be fair, he probably hasn't obviously had the opportunity to turn too many laps to get much practice in, but I think we'll forgive him this time.
To be fair, I don't think he really cares about the online series at the moment. He's got too much other things to be excited about.
That's right.
They're not far away. We're about 30 or 40 seconds away from the drivers starting to grid up. Should be a very, very good race, but I'm pretty sure my money tonight's on Justin. He's done very, very well in the earlier races this week, knows how to get away from the line quite well, and he seems to have these pit stops worked out pretty well as well.
Yeah, well, like we said, there's a big gain to be made from pit strategy, so half his luck. But like you said, he's been quick all week. He's, nearly 2 tenths quicker than Madison Down there on screen. So, yeah, it's pretty much looking pretty good for Ruggier to take the win. But like we said, anything can happen around here, and, we'll see how it all unfolds over the next 25 laps.
Very, very long race, this one, so anything can, will, and always does happen, so it should be a really good race tonight, no doubt.
One thing I'm looking forward to is the boys battling it into Eau Rouge. Different starting position this time. We usually start around the corner, and we got the downhill slope for the starting grid, so that barrel off into Eau Rouge should be quite interesting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing it coming through Eau Rouge for the first time. It's mayhem's going to be an understatement. It's going to be on.
Makes you kind of glad that you're sitting in the commentary box.
Oh, I'm glad I haven't done a race this week because I know I wouldn't have got past turn 3 or 4 this week. So I'm quite happy sitting up here this week.
That's probably a good point that you will quickly touch on. That most of the incidents I've seen haven't been in Eau Rouge. It's been in turn 3, 4, and all the rest of it. So yeah, we'll see how it all unfolds.
Yeah, I think the guys know they have to do a little bit of give and take through Eau Rouge, but after that, it's all on. Sorry for couple of technical issues with our on-screen graphics at the moment. We'll try and get those sorted during the race, but we'll make sure we give you pictures and let you know what's going on out on track as much as we can as the revs rise.
Green flag.
Good start from Muggleton. Ruggie are very, very slow to get away. And Kelly's actually had to get on the brakes to get away from Muggo. And Down's going to get the jump.
Yeah, nice. He actually got the power down nicely, a little bit of give and take through our rouge like we touched on, and so far so good.
Looks like we're through Eau Rouge safely. Haven't seen any smoke behind. This is where it will all happen though, I think. Everyone will be late under brakes. All good so far. Very nice and controlled. I'm very, very proud of these guys. We've got a little bit happening in the background. Like Mark Anderson might have almost spun around. A little bit of damage to the back of Dylan Carroll's car. Looks like we've all got through pretty safely though.
I was going to say, it's nice to see the boys don't have all their elbows out. Just a little bit of give and take. It can go a long way in these races, and it's good to see everyone sort of using their head at the moment.
Very, very long race, as we said, so no point getting out of the race early.
Contact, sorry. Corey Henger and someone looks like, just trying to see who that was. Robert Hartley, a little bit of contact back there.
Yeah, a bit of door-to-door contact. It's just, I don't know who's at fault there. It was like both guys both wanted the same bit of road at the same spot and both turned into each other. It was a bit weird, that one.
Yeah,
just all got through it okay.
Just as I was saying about the elbows out.
And Rob Hartley's involved again. Move up towards the front though. This is the battle for 4th and 5th between Vale Riches, Sean Kelly. John Emerson closing up behind. The front three guys have managed to pull a little bit of a gap. Kelly!
Oh, nice job to hold on to that V8 Supercar Fair Group Falcon. Using all sorts there over the brakes, but gathered it up quite nicely.
Brilliant save there from Kelly. Go back to the front three guys. Oh, we've got a car around to the back. Rob Hartley. A lot of damage to his car. The whole front is absolutely destroyed. He's got some bad crabbing going on in that car too, so that could be the end of his race.
Yeah, just trying to find the replay. I haven't quite got it on my feed there, but a little bit happening up front with Ruggier having an attack on Down.
Yeah, Hartley just managed to get spun around, unfortunately, by Lee Ellis.
But there's a change up front. Sorry to interrupt there, but Ruggier is up front. He's got the position over Madison Down, and right behind him, Madison's got Muggo to contend with his teammate, diving up the inside of Madison Down. So Madison, in a matter of corners, has gone from 1st to 3rd.
Madison!
He's had a big moment! Fired it off onto the grass. He's managed to hold onto it and not fire it into the fence, but having all sorts of dramas back there.
Yeah, we were saying before about having different pedals and how that can affect your driving, and I'm pretty sure we're seeing that right now.
Yeah, that may have been a bit of tactics between the TTR boys. Josh Muggleton, Madison Down, both teammates, they're in constant communication, and if Madison struggled, he would have said to Muggo, just get on by, and Madison will try and sort this thing out.
Now he's under attack from Vale Riches. But the front two guys, look at how close they are. There's a couple of tenths between them.
One thing Muggo's got to be careful about, we've seen the good pace that Ruggier's had pretty much all week, so Muggo can't afford to sort of go easy in these opening laps. He needs to stay with him and probably keep that little bit of draft that you can get. Draft is real helpful, especially coming out of Eau Rouge here. So, he runs a little bit wide there, but doesn't want to let too much of a gap get away from Ruggier, because that could be the end of it and Ruggier could pull away.
With the different lines you take through the bus stop chicane as well, it's really, really different the way you can attack that corner. Drove the corner very, very differently, but we're still same speed down the straight.
Yeah, it's good to see there are different setups, and the way these guys get the power down is obviously different for everyone, and it's nice to see a couple of different lines working.
So it's Ruggier from Muggleton, then it's down Riches, Kelly, Fabian, Hill, Emerson, Osborne and Henga, the top 10. Mitch Abrils unfortunately had to DNF by the looks. He's had a bit of damage from that spin that Rob Hartley was involved. If he just managed to clean up the front of Hartley's car, so I'm sure here comes Muggo.
Oh,
And Justin's...
Ruggie has run wide, so he's got to be careful. He would have gotten off track there, but he didn't have to have a slowdown penalty, so lucky. That could have been a lot worse than it really was.
Yeah, Muggo managed to overshoot it a little bit as well, so he couldn't take advantage.
Geez, this battle up front between Ruggie and Muggo, this is working nice for Down, Richards and Kelly, who is sort of slowly turning into a bit of a 5-car freight train there.
Yeah, the Riches and Kelly doing a really good job to hold on the back. Michael Fabian, Matthew Hill and John Emerson as well closing up, so we could have an 8-car train for first through to 8 very, very soon. Back, this is 9th and 10th, Osborne and Henga.
So I like the pace that Muggo's got on board in these early stages. Obviously everyone's got different tyre pressures and all the rest of it, so these cars will come on at different stages, but Muggo's not mucking about. He's hanging right in there in front here, and all he needs to do is move around a little bit in the mirror and break a bit of concentration from Ruggier, and who knows what can happen.
Fastest 2 drivers on track right at this moment, Vale, Riches, Sean Kelly. So this is definitely going to be a 5-car battle very, very shortly. Oh, we got a car around in the background. Chris Osborne.
He hit the ball hard too.
That was massive contact into the wall. He got loose and a little bit loose, and Corey just couldn't pull it up to get it out of the way and just gave him a little bit of a helping hand, not intentional. But Osborne, a little bit loose at exit there, a bit too much power. And that's always going to end the race for you. A lot of damage to that car.
Yeah, I can't believe how quickly it spun around and actually made contact with the concrete that fast and hard. So
go back to the front. Front 5 guys separated by less than 2 seconds. Kelly's looking like he's starting to lose a little bit in the rear of his car. He has just done the fastest lap of the race at 124.3. Maybe he's starting to wear those rear tyres a little bit too much.
Yeah, what can pay dividends for him is if he just, tries to get the temperatures to normalise a little bit. If he's using up the rears, they do tend to overheat.
Oh, Riches took a little bit too much AstroTurf and he's got massive wheel spin, dropped off the pace a little.
Yeah, these guys just need to just drive a little bit straighter and make sure they don't lose touch with that front 3, because all there, the front 3, Ruggie, Muggleton Down, their cars are looking fairly tidy at the moment. They're not hanging out.
Go back a little bit in the pack. This is 11th and 12th, Wayne Hewitt, Lee Alice. Separated by 0.3 of a second over the line. Nice to see a few other guys, a few different names in the field having a nice close battle.
So I was just watching the back of Lee Ellis's machine. That was a little bit sideways there. It's good to see him having a bit of a clean run. He's had nothing but bad luck the last couple of nights, so he's sitting there currently P12.
If we can go back to 4th and 5th, Riches and Kelly.
So Madison's had a bit of a moment too. There's so much going on. Madison was lucky not to make contact with the back of his teammate, Josh Muggleton.
And Kelly's all over the back of Rich's car, and he looked to have a move up the inside into the source. No, it was out.
Contact! Oh, held on to it. Nice work, but You'd see what he was trying to do, just choose him and get right on the throttle a little bit earlier and grab that toe coming into Eau Rouge, because there's a bit of an advantage here. If you can get up close enough and get a nice run through here, you can carry that speed all the way through to the next turn.
Fastest lap of the race just then from Justin Ruggill, a 2:24.1. Ruggie has managed to pull a little bit of a gap up the front. Got, looks like a bit of internet drama for a few guys at the moment too. Mainly Madison down. That's a nice consistent thing for him. Yep, yep. If you're going to do it, you might as well do it every week.
Yeah, that's right.
I believe we're only on lap 5 of this race. We're still yet to have our pit stops. The 17th and 18th on screen now. Sorry, 16th, 17th, 18th. We've got Mark Anderson in the XSG Falcon, Richard Hunter in the Net Virtue Falcon, and Team CST Falcon of Marty Atkins. A little bit of damage there to Hunter's car. A little bit bent in a way you don't really like it to be.
Yeah, maybe a little bit of part and parcel with this close quarters racing. Sometimes you get a bit of nose to tail action, but it doesn't look like too much of jeopardising too much throughout this race. So fingers crossed, as long as he doesn't make it any worse, he'll be right.
Go back to 4th and 5th. Oh, Kelly, massive drift. Bale locked up under brakes. He's made a mistake.
Yeah, he's understeered there. This will give Kelly the option to go over and under. Just needs to get the power down. Can't quite get it. Doesn't quite get the run there, but there's nothing in it between these two, and this is really bringing in Michael Fabian and Matty Hill back there too.
John Emerson as well is closing in on this battle too. The front it started to spread slightly, but this battle here for 4th through to 8th, it's definitely heating up.
Oh, it's close
Wow.
through there. Kelly needs to get a good run. Can he carry that speed? A little bit sideways on exit. He's got a run here. He'll go to the outside.
Fabian's got a great run too. We could be 3 wide coming into turn 4. Fabian doesn't know which way to go. Vale looked like he had a little bit more speed at the end of the straight.
Oh, he's got position now. All side by side. There was no contact. Vale just sort of gave a bit of room there, but Kelly gets the job done. But now Richards needs to worry about Fabian, who's making a look up the inside.
And Hill's going to pounce as well as soon as Fabian gets through.
Oh!
Vale's been hung out to dry here. And
Now
Emerson looks like...
teammate.
Yeah, I think Emerson might just tuck him behind him and let him get back in the line.
So one thing I've noticed here is that when you do get someone moving up the inside of you, it tends to be a bit of a freight train, and so many people are able to make that advantage and get past you. And so when you lose one, you tend to lose 2, 3 sometimes.
Yeah, it's a tough thing about... Oh, Hill! Big moment from Hill.
Lucky to hold on that.
That was so close to him sending that straight into the fence. That was almost race over.
And he got on the AstroTurf on the exit, so that could have made it a lot worse once he's sort of half given it up. So well done to Matty Hill.
Good bit of driving. The pit window will open in a couple of laps, around about 18 to go, I believe, about lap 8. Pretty sure the pit window opens. It won't be long before we start to see a bit of tactic playing out in regards to pit strategies. The gap between first and second's dropped. It's down to half a second. Was out to 7/10 earlier in the lap. And Rogie looks like he's struggling in the rear. Under brakes, he's starting to, looks like get a little bit of locked up in the rear.
Yeah, the one thing he's got in his advantage, though, track position around here is crucial. So as long as he can sort of hit his marks and not sort of give up too much through our Rouge, then, you know, he's pretty much got Muggo covered. But if he starts to abuse those rears, that will punishing him. You can see he's trying to break that draft down the straight too, just trying to break that little bit of advantage that Muggo can get in the slipstream. So Muggo's doing everything right. He's getting in Ruggier's head, and once Ruggier starts moving around, Muggo knows that he's sort of halfway there to breaking his concentration.
Go back to this battle we were watching before. Wayne Hewitt's managed to pull ahead of Lee Ellis, and Ellis is under attack from Chris Lucky. Chris does a pretty good job to get up nice and early and join us from the States. I know it's definitely not a good time to be up and racing at the moment. It's about 4 in the morning where he is, so well done to Chris for getting up and joining us for a race.
Yeah, it's good to see him because he's normally, I'm sort of more familiar with him racing in the later race after this, so not a bad effort to get up at that hour and mix it with the big boys.
And right behind him we've got Michelle Carina, who's from Italy, so a bit of an international battle pack here.
That's what we'd like to see.
Go back to the front. Ruggie has managed to maintain that half-second gap.
This top three, they've actually managed to open up sort of a 6-second margin back to Sean Kelly in fourth. So, as exciting as it was to see all these guys swap in position, that's hurt them for you know, track pace, and it's a 6-second margin. So, pretty tough to make up now.
Fabian's managed to pull away from Hill by about 1.5 seconds as well, and Riches is trying his best to work out where he can pass Hill.
Hilly a little bit wide there, no, did a nice job.
Here comes Vale up the inside of Hill. They're going to go side by side. Oh, little bit of a touch. Vale goes around. And Emerson will look to pounce now too. Here comes Emerson up the inside.
It's a drag race now for Emerson and Hilly.
Hill's going to maintain that position. Vale definitely not having a great night tonight.
It's pretty tough to go through there side by side. But,
Chris Lucky's just had a spin as well. Sorry guys.
Oh, sorry, and Hilly's now got his hands full. Emerson's got a nice run up the inside out of Eau Rouge, and he'll get the job done on Hilly.
Vale, Riches, Corey Henger and Sam Collins having a bit of a battle now. Riches, unlucky night for him tonight. We're 7 laps into this 25 lap race, 18 laps to go.
And Vale's got good pace, he just needs to just gather himself up. He'll be really frustrated from everything that's happened, and well, as long as he, easier said than done, if he just calms down a little bit, he will start to pull away from these guys.
Back to this battle pack we were watching before. Chris Lucky's just up ahead now after getting involved in an incident with Michelle Carina, but Anderson, Atkins and Hunter. Atkins has managed to get ahead of Hunter actually. That was the other way around not long ago.
We're not all far away from pit stops. What is it? Lap 8 now. Ruggier just opened up just a fraction of a margin over Muggleton. He hasn't got too much to worry about, but I don't say that. Muggo has a huge gain under brakes there. That was impressive.
Yeah, as I just said before, I'm sure Justin's really struggling in the rear. You just saw massive wheel spin and correction from Justin getting out of the chicane. Muggo definitely taking advantage at this the end of the lap.
I was so surprised to see that gain that he made under brakes. So, you know, hey, if he just hangs in there and, you know, like we said, everyone's going to have probably a little bit of a different pit strategy as far as how much fuel they decide to take and all the rest of it. So anything can happen. It's really close up front. So Vale still got a little bit of pressure here. Hasn't quite managed to break that toe. Corey's right there now. Big gain under brakes. Another one who's making a bit of an advantage under brakes here too. So a lot to be gained here if you're a bit braver on the brake pedal.
The hearing Justin's actually having computer issues and his frame rate on his computer's dropping while he's in the middle of a corner. That's why you see a big gain from Muggo through the turns, because Justin's computer is giving him some issues.
Now that, it's not as strange as what some people may think, because you think, well, why doesn't it happen at other weeks? But Spa is a very, very frame-hungry circuit. There's so much going on graphically in the background with this track. So everyone takes a bit of a frame hit. So unfortunately, it's sort of playing havoc with him a little bit, and hopefully it doesn't sort of have too much of an effect on the outcome of this race.
He's been having a few issues with his computer the last couple of weeks. We saw Race to Reality actually had to go down to Race Centre to compete in that. So it's not something that you really want to happen. Big hello to everyone that's watching at Race Centre at the moment too. Hello guys.
Yeah,
looking forward to Wednesday night.
They'd be very proud of the competition they got going on. But just have a look up front. Muggo is all over the back of Rug here. Let's see if he can have that gain again under brakes. Oh, it's so close.
So close.
It's incredible that that pace that he's got there with brakes and the ground that he's making up. It probably wouldn't hurt that if he could, depending on the way he's thinking as far as strategy, if he could pit one lap earlier than Ruggier, that could play in his hands nicely. But it's interesting to see how it all plays out.
I think Muggo will pit very, very soon, but you don't want to pit too early because that pit lane is just so long. You don't want to lose that time and give your opponent the advantage of knowing what you've done.
Speaking of losing time, that falls in the hands of Madison Down. He's now finds himself 2.7 seconds back off this Ruggier-Muggleton battle.
Oh, look at Muggo following so close to Ruggier to try and get that draft. It's tucking right behind him. Madison 3 seconds off the pace, and he really looks like he's struggling.
Yeah, on exit, that he definitely had his hands full. But yeah, like we said, nearly 3 seconds at this stage off the top two. So I think at this stage, nice little margin behind him. He'd probably be thinking just to get it home for a podium. The way the sort of dramas have been playing in his hands with his medals.
Trying to see, it looks like Hill and Emerson have had a bit of a change of position. Emerson actually locked it up going into turn 4 and run onto the grass, and Hill gets past. So unlucky there for Emerson. Michael Fabian on screen, currently in P5. Good drive from him, as we've said the last few weeks. Definitely an up-and-comer through the series.
His pace has been really good through here the last couple of days. He's given me a hard time in the last couple of races, and to the point where I just haven't had much for him, and he's left me for dust. So really good speed.
P5 in the main race. I'm pretty sure he'd be pretty excited about that.
Oh,
and Muggleton's in.
Yeah,
Muggleton
is fired into the pit lane. So
and almost into the pit wall. Something we'll have to keep our eye on is drivers not hitting the pit wall.
Kelly's in as well. Oh, Emerson,
Matthew Hill and Emerson will jump on board with Muggo down this pit lane. So right now he's coming past where we used to pit. This is our old pit bays there. Now up here, you actually need to slam on the brakes and get around this tight hairpin.
Yeah, if you see those
very good
hats,
job.
the witches hats on the left. Yeah, if you go out there, you can get a penalty. So
done a really good job there. He actually slowed down to about 52 k's an hour, and he's still going. Now we're into the production car pits, and the two pits combined are called endurance pits. That's the pit bays that they use when they run the 24 hours of Spa.
And then, once he's done all of this, he's still got to sit in his pit bay for 20-odd seconds for a service.
That is a long, long pit stop. So he's dropped from second. He's now in 15th, and there's still cars coming in behind him. Well, actually, that'll be it, because he's the last driver on track that has done his pit stop. So look at the pit time as well. And the pit stop time at 21.1 seconds. So we'll keep our eye on that and compare it to the other guys up the front, being Justin and Madison. Kelly, 20. Oh, Muggo nearly into the fence. Wow.
That'll shoot the heart rate monitor through the roof.
Now, Sam Collins has managed to get a jump on John Emerson in that pit stop. Emerson's pit stop 24.8 seconds. Sam Collins 20.3. So there's a positional change in the pit stops.
Now, if you were Ruggier, you'd have to fire into the pits now. Get that pit stop over and done with, because he knows that Muggo was quite pacey there towards the last couple of laps, especially if Ruggier's having a couple of dramas with his PC. So
I reckon he'll be in.
Yep.
And in he comes. Yep.
Yeah.
He's
He
in.
had to do it. He had to do
Yep.
it.
No choice. And in comes Madison as well.
You probably see a
Looks
lot
like-
of these guys.
It looks like Madison actually may have clipped the pit wall. No, he didn't. He was very close to clipping the pit wall with his the rear of his car as he spun it around through the corner.
Fabian, Richie's, Hanger, Hewitt, they're all coming in. Ellis, Karina.
It's when we said there's a lot of
Osborne,
strategy. We've only got two guys doing the same thing.
Oh, there you
That's
go.
two different strategies. Have a go.
Osborne's going to mix it up a bit for us.
Yeah. So Justin now coming into the production pits. He's just about to pull up into pit bay. Muggleton's pit stop time 21.1 seconds.
Now, for everyone who's
There we go.
wondering, Muggo is just coming into the section just at pit entry now. So, coming onto the straight.
The leader of the race, Chris Lucky, now leading his first laps in the main official online series race. Muggleton now coming on to the pit straight.
Ruggier still stationary in his box.
And his pit stop's a second
There
longer
he
than
goes.
Muggleton's was.
He's off.
This is going to be very, very close.
Now, the one thing Muggo's got on his side is the pass, and there he goes, straight past. He's going to have a huge margin, actually.
Yeah, it's going to be a couple of seconds. A great move by Muggleton to get that pit stop done one lap earlier. And the gap looks like about 2 seconds. And Down's about another 5 seconds behind Ruggier.
Nice and close back here, Kelly. And yeah, Kelly looks like he's actually got some dramas. He looks like he's crabbing down the straight.
Yeah, and Fabian actually looked like he might have got a bit of a slowdown penalty as well. So, weird. Yeah, Kelly's car looked down the straight there. That was really strange.
Actually, just trying to rewind some tape to see if he's actually made contact.
Yeah, I'm trying to see where that crabbing started. It's gone back a long way and I can't find anything. So I'm not sure why he is crabbing, but it's definitely got some funky looking angle on that car.
It doesn't look healthy. I think I'm glad I'm in the commentary box and not
Yeah.
behind the wheel of v8 Supercar Fenwick Falcon, because that looks a handful.
And Fabian trying to take advantage of that, because that'll definitely be slowing Kelly down. This is effectively the battle for 4th and 5th.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I think it's just a matter of time before Fabian gets in, because that car looks absolutely horrible to drive, and that's no disrespect to the Supercar fan group guys, because it looks like, I don't know, he must have made contact, because it's not normal for the thing to crab like that.
And the front 4 guys who hadn't pitted yet, as Kelly goes off, Lucky, Anderson, Hunter and Stone have all come into the lane. So the field will be cleansed within 3 laps. We'd rather like that. It makes it nice and easy to commentate. Sorry, we'll see if we can go back to Kelly. Kelly almost looped it at the exit of that fifth gear corner with the crabbing going on in his car. Fabian almost gave him a little bit of a touch. I think he had to back out of it to make sure he didn't make contact. Up the front, Muggleton now leads from Ruggier. Then it's down. And soon it will be Kelly and Fabian 4th and 5th, with Hill in 6th. So Kelly may have hit the exit of the pits, the wall on the exit of the pit lane, and Fabian will get past.
You got to feel for Kelly, because that thing's got to that'll drive him nuts, and he's still got what, another 12 laps to go.
Yep. Just coming on, this is the halfway lap right now. A long way to go. Now the field is cleansed. We'll run through the order as it stands right now. Muggleton leads this race by 1.4 seconds over Justin Ruggier. Then it's Madison Down, Michael Fabian, Sean Kelly, Matthew Hill, Vale Richards, John Emerson, Sam Collins and Corey Henger, the top 10. We've reached the halfway point of this race.
Well, it's interesting how it's played out, this battle with Ruggier and Muggleton, because we were starting to think it was probably going to be Ruggier, as he's been quick all week. Did the job in qualifying, and he's been fast in the earlier races. And Muggleton has found some pace, and now he's got sort of almost a 2-second margin.
Yeah, I'm a bit surprised at how that happened. The pit stop times weren't massively different, but the in-lap, out-lap speeds and that 1 lap earlier pit stop is just enough to give a 3-second turnaround. We're less than halfway through the race now. Go back to this 9th and 10th battle, Collins and Henger. Corey Henger driving for the Direct Clutch Services team. Collins for Cars R Us and Bits Racing. Don't forget there's lots of racing action on V8sonline this week. Of course, Monday nights we bring you the V8 Supercar Official Online Series presented by V8 Supercars Fan Group. On Wednesday nights we're bringing you Race to Reality, the chance for a sim racer to get a real life race in an Aussie racing car at the Sydney 500. And on Thursday nights we're bringing you the Australian New Zealand Club Grand Am Series presented by Track Racer. Make sure you check out all the races we have every week here at V8sonline. Lots of action to bring you every week.
We keep this up, we're going to have to broadcast 7 days a week.
Oh, we wouldn't do that to you, Seb, don't worry, it's okay.
Yeah, Seb quietly had a heart attack in the background.
Yeah. There has actually been talk, a lot of guys have been trying to get us to broadcast an Australian NASCAR race as well, so there may be something happening with that in the future. I know we'll probably see you out on track in that, Sam, man, especially with the Commodore out on track. Now, sorry, Sam, and just looking at the timing board, it's all lit up purple for Justin Ruggier at the moment. He's on race fastest lap at the moment. He's on a really, really good lap at the moment.
Yeah,
he's got
half a second
gap down. Yeah, half a second gain.
That's it's good. I think Ruggier's probably, we talked about he may have had some PC issues there. Maybe that sort of all normalised a little bit for him.
From Kelly's now got Vale Richards with Matthew Hill getting past. Vale Richards behind him. Of course, big thanks to V8 Supercar Fan Group, the sponsor of Sean Kelly's car. All of their help in helping us bring you this series every week. Good job to holding on. He's actually not going to lose too much time there. He manages to let the guys through, just lifting to let them through, but he hadn't lost too much time.
Like, you got to feel for him, because there's pretty much he's a sitting duck. The way that car's crabbing, unfortunately, he's just going to find himself slipping down the order, and he was on target for a top 5 spot in the finishing order there. So bad luck.
But Michael Fabian now 4th, Matthew Hill in 5th. Those two guys will be ultra excited to be in the top 5. It's Muggleton leading from Ruggier, down Fabian and Hill the top 5. 11 laps to go.
Yeah, if Hilly brings this home in the top 5, he's going to be kicking himself that he didn't switch to a red car weeks ago.
we can confirm that green cars are cursed. And although thinking back, a couple of seasons ago, Richard Hampstead won with a green car, won the championship with a green car. So we can't say that they're cursed. We've just ruined that.
Hilly won't buy that for a second.
No, I know. I've told him that one. Vale running up the inside, got a really good job on Emerson, and Kelly in the background on the grass.
Oh, a little bit of room between teammates. Probably not a lot. They had actually more room there than the guys at Red Bull gave each other on the weekend.
I was going to say they could fit another car up the inside. Kelly could have shot it up there if he had a better car. There's enough room, but I don't think they'll be leaving as much room between cars if there was another car involved. There we go back to Collins and Hanger then, nose to tail. Still going at it. These guys battled pretty hard last race as well. Looks as if Madison's internet's stabilised as well, so we might actually see Madison not jump around too much now.
Yeah, the one thing he's sort of got on his side is that he's got space in front of him and space behind him, so not too many people are going to be affected by it if his car does sort of jump around a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, Corey getting very, very close to the back of Sam Collins' car, and here he goes, he'll get a move up the inside. Collins will give him room.
Oh, contact between
not quite enough room though. That's a pass done. That's 9th now for Hanger.
Maybe not over.
Not
here.
over. Definitely not over here.
Yeah, Collins has got a bit of a run.
With the track being as wide as it is, it's very, very easy to over-under. Or if you don't manage to block that position, sorry, alternate line that position,
He's
you
got
can
a
very
run
easily...
here.
Great battle to watch, these guys.
Oh.
Here's proof that green cars aren't issues. Two guys running in green. Still isn't over. Up the front, the gap is now less than a second. Lifetime is saying 0.7 of a second. Justin's looking like he's gaining a little bit of time under brakes.
Yeah, what Margot needs to do is just get a bit of composure on board, not sort of worry too much about looking at his rearview mirror, because it's obvious that Ruggier's got pace in this half of the race. So if he can just worry about hitting his marks, and it's tough to pass around here at the best of times. So he's sort of one up a little bit there on Ruggier if he can just hold his position. But he just needs to be smart, look after the car, hit his marks, and fingers crossed he may be able to hold on. This battle back here, 14th and 13th. It's Hewitt and Lucky. This little battle's been going on for a little while. They're doing a pretty good job.
If we can go to the battle for 5th, 6th and 7th. Yeah, right on cue. Thank you, Director. Hill, Vale, Emerson. This is less than a second separating 5th, 6th and 7th.
And Hilly's desperate to hold on to that top 5 spot. He's got his work cut out for him because we've still got 10 laps to go in this. Hilly would be quite aware that Ritchie's and Emerson are right there ready to take that spot off him. Just a little bit wide there. Oh, look,
little bit's an understatement.
Ritchie's! Oh, he's come from a long way back. Oh, pulled it up nicely. That'll give Matty just something to think about. But on exit, that's bunched all these guys up. This brings Emerson right back into the fold. Now will Richie's look up the inside here of Hilly? He'll get the job done.
Yep.
Oh, Hilly just needs to get the power down.
We're going to nearly be 3 wide over the start-finish line.
Good job from Hilly to get the power down and get that position, because that was a nice little dive there from Richie's. Now what sort of speed can they carry? Oh, Emerson!
Hill.
Big slide back there.
Hill and Emerson both had a massive slide. Hill controlled his a little bit earlier, but Emerson continued it on.
Emerson's going to have a look. No, I thought he was going to have a look at the inside of Richie's here, but
backed out of it nice and early.
Having a look up the inside of Hilly. Oh, not much in it there.
Good driving by these guys. This is fantastic to watch.
Oh, Richie's have another look up the inside. Contact!
Oh, contact!
Hilly's gone! Top 5 position has gone well now. Emerson will make up 2 spots. Richie's, unfortunate contact, and that will end Hilly's run.
Unlucky there. That was a great battle between those guys.
That's a really big ask to make a move there to get the position, because he did a little bit of cooperation. He did come back from a long way and unfortunately made contact with Hilly.
Almost could see it happening though. It was like it almost happened in slow motion. We knew it was coming, but where was it going to happen? Sure, Vale didn't want it to happen that way.
It was always going to happen though. The Vale just took that inside line, and the pace that he was carrying, the car was always going to drift out. He didn't make contact with him on purpose, but the car drifts out, and Hilly's right there. There's nothing that either one of them could do about it, but yeah, unfortunate.
Go back to the leaders. When we thought we had a close battle there before. Have a look how close this is for the race lead, with 8 laps to go when they cross the start-finish line. Josh Muggleton, Justin Ruggier, these guys want this win so bad.
I know Muggo's been doing some really good work behind the scenes at TTR as far as car setups and everything else, and he made a couple of tweets today and let all the boys know about it, that he thought it was quite pacey, and I think he's hit the nail on the head at the moment. The car's looking pretty good.
Not mentioning that, Seb, not mentioning anything about Suzuka a couple of seasons ago.
Oh.
Staying quiet. 0.4 of a second it's down to now. Justin looks really pacey at the moment. Margot looks really controlled on track.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit what I was touching on before. I think if he can just hit his marks and sort of not concentrate too much in his rearview mirror, it could work in his favour. But the pace that Ruggier's got at the moment is it's looking good for Ruggier. Now, one person to sort of make some ground on Hilly's misfortune was Lee Ellis. That brings him inside the top 10 now with Hilly's unfortunate incident.
Pretty sure that'll be his first top 10 position if he managed to hold that too. Might be right there, Sam?
Yeah, I think so. So it'll be a good points day for him. He's one of the newest members for TTR's Rising Stars program, and he's really done a top job. He and I work pretty well together as far as testing through the week, and his pace has been incredible, and it's really starting to shine now.
Won't be long before Alice and Hill gain another position with Kelly that they're coming up on, but Justin is closing that gap up the front. It's now 0.3 of a second.
It looks like Ruggier's the one that's making the gain in the braking now.
Yeah, it's totally reversed from earlier in the race where you could see the car bouncing around with Justin under brakes. Chris Osborne's back in the pit lane again. Still hasn't fully fixed that damage he got earlier in the race.
There's still a long way to go. 2.5 minutes around here for these guys, and what are we just starting lap 19? So the guys have still got 6 laps in front of them, and and if Ruggier wants to get the job done, he needs to get a little bit closer and you know, start thinking about where he's going to get the pass done. But they're both fairly even. You can see Muggo moving around a little bit down the front straight, just trying to break that toe from Ruggier. But Ruggier needs to start thinking about where he can get the job done.
So Sean Kelly now has Lee Ellis and Matthew Hill right up behind him. We've seen the damage that Kelly's got to his car. Karina also closing in on these guys.
So Kelly's got a good job. These things aren't easy to drive at the best of times, but with it crabbing like that, it would be quite uncomfortable as he... Oh, gee, he's lucky not to get in the side of Lee Ellis. Oh, the old heart rate monitor would have snapped in half on Lee Ellis, but wow, lucky to hold on to that.
I think we did a hard monitor here in the commentary box.
I
Sounds like the director's having one.
These things are hard enough to drive as it is, and there he has a massive moment. Good job to hold on to it.
That was all your curse then, Sam, man. That was a good job.
No,
proud of that.
The director,
I'm impressed. Those guys have managed to get past Kelly safely. I'm sure Kelly's happy about too. His heart rate would have went through the roof as well.
So that puts Lee Ellis in 9th and Matty Hill in 10th. So, and Michael Carino back there in 11th. So, yeah, slowly slipping down the orders, yeah, unfortunately.
Unlucky for Kelly. He was doing a great job. Had position 4 pretty much all sewn up. But obviously not meant to be tonight. If we can go back to the front though. Still less than half a second between Muggleton and Ruggier. This is on.
Nice job. Looked like come up with a little bit of traffic there. Just moved right out of the way. Robert Hartley. So nice job. Bit of sportsmanship there from Robert Hartley. Well done, mate.
I'm pretty sure the guys, when they see these guys coming up as close as they are, they're going to get out of the way and try and watch as much of the battle as they can. Good spot to watch from right behind.
So it's a 2-car battle now. Muggleton Ruggier, they've dropped down. Down is now 8.2 seconds back from this battle, and then there's a further.
Here comes Ruggier. Look at the run. Sorry, Sam, man.
He's going to have a look around the outside.
The place you can do it too. Definitely a corner that you can make a move around the outside. So defending up the inside isn't always the best move you can make.
I was going to say, we just saw, I'm glad Ruggier didn't stick it up the inside there, because we just saw what not to do as far as trying to make a move in there a couple of laps ago. So I think Ruggier knows he's got a bit of pace now, and he's probably sussed him out. If he can get that nice run through Eau Rouge, he can probably get the job done down that long straight.
Awesome view looking behind Muggleton to see Ruggier.
I bet Muggo's not thinking it's a massive view looking in the rearview mirror.
I'm sure he's absolutely hating the view at the moment. It's been a great battle all race, actually all season between these guys. It's great to see these guys battle it out hard every week. Last week, of course, Watkins Glen, we saw the guys pit at the same time, and Muggleton missed the braking spot. Shunted Ruggier into the pit lane. That was a great moment from you guys commentating last week.
Yeah, got our attention. Definitely would have got Muggo's and Ruggier's attention, that's for sure.
Got all the spectators watching. I was watching the stream, and it was a brilliant race last week.
Yeah, I think that's part and parcel of Watkins Glen. Regardless of what layout you run, you always get a great battle at Watkins Glen.
Of course, next week we head off to Twin Ring Motegi, which was one of the drivers' favourite tracks from last season. Another endurance race next week.
I'm absolutely stoked. I can't wait to get to Motegi, because I haven't actually had a race there, so really looking forward to seeing how the V8 Supercar goes around there. It should be a lot of fun.
The Grand Am Series heads to Laguna Seca this week as well. Track I actually haven't raced on for 2 years, so looking forward to that on Thursday night. Go to the battle between Alice Hill and Karina.
Yeah, Alice has definitely got his hands full. No doubt Matty's got a lot of pace on board, and He's doing everything right, just trying to find that position. He'll try and get the power down. Ellis didn't quite get a good run out of there, but Hilly's on the outside there. So if Ellis can just hold his nerve and hold on to that inside line and get the power down without getting the car loose, he should be able to hold on to it. Oh, a little sideways coming into the turn.
Hill got the power down a little bit too early at the exit of the chicane and nearly
Look at the
pushed
drag
it
race,
straight into the side. Hill's actually going to have the line.
Yeah, Hill's got it. Matty has to... He's got position. Lee Ellis has to just back out of it.
Good move. That's a great committed pass there. 5 laps to go now. That was committed.
Heart and mouth stuff, yeah, no doubt Matty would just be a little bit frustrated from what his position should have been, and yeah, he's done the job, did a really nice effort through Eau Rouge.
Battle up the front, settled to about 0.7 of a second now. At the moment, Michael Fabian's still in 4th position. That'll be his best finish in the official online series main event.
And the one thing working in his favour too, he's got a bit of breathing space, probably 5 seconds back to Emerson. So, and we've got 4 laps to go. So if he can just, you know, hit his marks, he'll be right.
Down currently in 3rd. I'm sure after the pedal issues that he's had tonight, I'm sure 3rd will be pretty happy. I'm sure he'll be pretty happy with 3rd.
Yeah, not a bad point stay to walk away with a podium, considering the dramas he's had coming into tonight. So, yeah, no doubt.
So Richards has managed to get back to 6th position after another unfortunate race for Vale. He hasn't had a good couple of weeks. Last few weeks he's had a few issues. Last week though he had a pretty good race, finished in 2nd. Corey Henger's 7th position, Sam Collins in 8th, Hill 9th and Lee Ellis 10th. Up the front, down to 0.4 of a second. It was 0.6 across the line, but Lifetime is saying 0.4 at this present moment. Very, very close.
Looks like Iracing maybe understeering a little bit. Just looks like he could be struggling just getting it into turn in, but no, still doing everything right. Not having too many dramas as far as letting Ruggier sort of get a nose alongside of him or have that opportunity. So he's doing everything right, but looks like the car maybe just struggling a little bit with front end grip.
Always good when the best battle on tracks for 1st and 2nd. Great to watch.
So it'll be 3 laps to go as the guys cross the start-finish line this time by. No doubt Muggo's got plenty of rear view mirror full of Ruggier, and he can't wait for the checkered flag to come out.
They've got plenty of rear view mirror, or he's turned the rear view mirror off and, or covered the rear view mirror so he can't see it.
Yeah, probably not a bad idea actually.
I'm sure the sweat levels will be quite high from these two guys as well. They'll both be working really hard. Race length almost 55 minutes. So it'll be just over an hour by the time we finish this race, about an hour and 3 minutes.
Oh, Ruggier had a big moment just on exit there.
Something's happened to Lee Ellis. He's dropped back a couple of positions. He's now back to P12. Not sure what's happened there with Ellis. Unlucky for Lee. He was pushing for a top 10, but now he's back in 12th and about 5 seconds behind 10th position. So unlucky there for Lee. He was doing a great job. Collins is being hunted down by Matthew Hill. Not sure if he'll have enough time left with 3 laps to go, but definitely on.
Nothing in it up front, you know, Ruggier knows, big moment, Ruggier just on the grass, but Ruggier knows he's running out of laps and he needs to just get right up close, put the pressure on Muggo, and, you know, if Muggo has a couple of moments like that, that can really work in Justin's hands.
You can see the aggression level from Ruggier here. He wants this win more than he's wanted any other, I'm sure.
Still 2 laps to go when the boys come over and cross the start-finish line. The guys will know they've had a decent run tonight. Like you said, one of the longest races we've got all season, and these boys have been battling it out from the drop of the green flag. There hasn't been, you know, probably no more than a 2-second margin between them all night.
Been brilliant to watch. Shows the advantage of a really good pit strategy, and that early pit stop can make. Talk about it so much, that early pit stop and the undercut. Tonight's proved what the undercut can do.
And especially around here, like you say, it's, you know, 2 minutes 20 odd seconds for a lap round here, so that's a long time to have on fresh tyres compared to someone else who's on older tyres. So definitely really worth Muggo's while to pit that 1 lap earlier. That was you know, a huge key that played a different part in tonight's race.
2 laps to go now. 8th and 9th is closed up to just over a second between Collins and Hill. Ruggier with some massive drafting. This is some great driving between Muggleton and Ruggier.
Got a nice toe, didn't he, down that straight? Just you know, it just shows that how crucial this draft is, especially here, because you spend a lot of time tucked underneath that wing. So it's all crucial to get that good run out of Eau Rouge, and that's what he'll be counting on next time by. This battle's really heating up. Samuel Collins and Matty Hill. Matty's right on the charge now. Was looking at possibly a top 5 finish tonight. Finds himself in 9th, but was pretty keen to snatch that last, or the next spot I should say, off Collins, and that'll put him in the 8th spot.
Definitely go back to the front though. This is too good to watch. Lap and a half to go.
I think the only thing Muggo needs to worry about is not losing too much time through Eau Rouge, because if Ruggier gets a great run through there and uses that slipstream, it's going to be pretty hard to stop him, because that momentum can really carry her right around the outside and get track position going into the next turn.
This is going to be the longest lap of Muggo's life, I can tell you now.
You're not wrong.
Managed to find a little bit of time through this part of the track, as he was earlier in the race as well. From the chicane through to the start-finish line, Muggleton definitely looks quicker.
We got a good exit out of there too.
Last lap now. Muggleton, half a second lead from Ruggier.
As long as he doesn't cut too much through here, the last thing you need is a slowdown penalty, but they've both done a really good job.
Great job.
Oh, has Ruggier got a bit of a run here?
Definitely got a run.
He'll just move around in the mirror a little bit just to try and unnerve Muggo, but Muggo's been around long enough not to try and fall for that old one, so he's doing a really great job.
The last lap around was Muggleton's fastest lap of the race as well.
really good to see. Muggo made a couple of changes to this car just before this race started, so everything's really paying off. Those last couple of changes has really suited this hyperstimulator Falcon.
That was really deep under brakes there. He almost didn't pull it up. Half a lap to go. Collins and Hill still going at it, 0.2 of a second separating those guys. And Hill around the outside. Oh, there's
contact!
Gets the move done though, great bit of driving. We'll go back to the front though because it's still half a second between first and second. Not long to go in this race.
Yeah, Muggo just needs to just hit his marks now. He's only got this big break-in marker coming into the chicane. I think if he can get away with getting through there nice and clean, he should have done enough to get the job done. So coming into tonight...
Sorry, go Sam, man.
I was going to say, coming into tonight, we probably all thought it was probably going to be Ruggier's show. Did everything right through the week, had really good pace, brained him in qualifying, got a couple of tenths up his sleeve, and it's pretty much been the Ruggier Muggleton show all night.
One corner to go for Muggo. This will be a pretty excited Muggleton if he can manage to hold on. He's looked really good through this part of the track all night. And the drift out of the final corner. Congratulations, Josh Muggleton. About time, buddy.
Nice work, yeah, great. He'll be over the moon with that. Really top effort. Didn't have it his own way. Ruggier kept him honest the whole race, but brilliant job. Him and the whole Hyperstimulator team would be over the moon.
Justin Ruggier in second. Madison Down crosses the line in third. Michael Fabian will come across the line in fourth position. A great drive by him. Definitely a driver to watch in the coming months. Emerson will bring it home in fifth position from Vale Riches sixth. Looks like Corey Hengel will bring it home in seventh position. Matthew Hill in eighth. Em Collins ninth and Michelle Carina in 10th. Yeah, Hill manages to hold on. Carina will come home in 10th from Chris Lucky in 11th. Just gets home. Lowes in 12th position. John Kelly limps home for 13th. Unlucky for Sean, and I definitely had a top 5 in him. Wayne Hewitt 14th. Marty Atkins 15th. Richard Hunter will limp across the line as well with a lot of damage to his car in 16th position. Mark Anderson in 17th. Luke Graham in 18th is behind Graham. Chris Osborne almost into the pit wall. Chris Stone will finish in 19th, and Robert Hartley will be the last driver to cross the line in 21st position. 2 DNFs, Dylan Carroll and Mitch Abril.
There you go, had a bit of everything, didn't it? Good battle all night long between Ruggier and Muggleton, but yeah, I think you know, they probably didn't expect Madison to fall back as far as he did. He was 12 seconds off the end.
Here's the victory donut for Muggleton. Make sure you stick around, guys. We will grab the guys for a chat. I'm pretty sure you'll hear from a very, very, very excited Josh Muggleton.
The best bit is, mate, he can go back and watch the telecast.
Yeah, I can say it now. Apologies, Muggo actually has won a v8sonline main race before, but unfortunately we didn't broadcast that week. We're having some computer issues, so come in and actually got abused by Muggo for not broadcasting that night, so I made it up to him now. Congratulations, Muggo, well done. And he will be here shortly for a chat, no doubt. So run through the results again. Muggleton wins from Ruggier, then it's down Fabian, Emerson, Riches, Henger, Hill, Collins and Carina. Good drive by Carina to get into the top 10. Then it's Lucky, Ellis, Kelly, Hewitt, Atkins, Hunter Anderson, Graham, Stone, Osborne, Hartley, Carroll and Abril. Won't be long, we'll get a couple of the drivers in for a chat. No doubt it'll be a very, very excited Muggleton when he joins us.
Yeah, he did everything right tonight. We talked about the little bit of changes that he made to the car, and it's obviously all gone in the right direction for him. And he didn't have the win handed to him. He battled it out all night with Ruggyer, and pretty much all came down to that bit of pit stop strategy between the two boys, and Muggo came out on top.
Might go to P2, Justin, who's joined us. Justin, good race. Not quite enough tonight, but good effort to finish in second position. Great battle.
Hopefully that was a bit of fun to watch there, boys.
Definitely was a great race to watch.
Bit frustrating on the behind the wheel for those drivers. It's real hard to pass, and hats off to Muggo, mate. He drove the wheels off that thing, and the only way I was going to pass him is try and make him force him into a mistake, but unfortunately he didn't do that at all and kept it on the track.
I was going to say, mate, you kept him honest the whole race, and we said during the telecast, one of the best bets is to sort of move around in his mirror and try and break his concentration. You did everything you could, but he held on.
Yeah, he drove fantastic, and obviously that pit stop hurt me. And the thing is, I needed to make a buffer off him on the first stint, and I couldn't do it. I think I hurt my tyres into turn 3 under heavy braking, and I just couldn't get the car hooked up. So congratulations to him, and well done to Madison and for coming third.
I might go to the most excited man we've ever had, ever. Muggo, congratulations, mate.
Thank you, mate. Tell me the broadcast worked.
Yeah, don't worry, mate. We're actually live. You can watch this forever and ever and ever, and we're very excited for you, mate. Well done.
Beautiful. No, thank you. Thank you very much. That was one of the hardest races I've ever done. Like Madison and Hampstead earlier in the season, that was quali laps every single lap. I mean, you're going into braking zones as deep as you can, try not to blow the engine, and always looking in your mirror. And Justin put on so much pressure. He drove really, really well, and I couldn't have asked for a better battle, really. So no, really, really happy, and thanks to all the team and to Justin and you guys for doing this every week.
Our pleasure, mate. It's been worth it to finally see you win one.
Yeah, it's I'll give a shout out to Muggo Nation now too, since they've been waiting so long. So thanks for the support, and now we finally got this monkey off the back. Hopefully a few more.
I think it was more than a monkey. It was a gorilla or
mate.
An ape,
he was
or...
massive, whatever he was. I don't think that species has been discovered yet.
But you'd be fairly happy. Your pace has been pretty good. You knowing a little bit of insider information at TTR, you've been working on setups, and you really hit on something there, mate, and seemed to work a treat.
Yeah, I've been working more on my race setups lately. My race pace seems to be getting better than my quali pace, so I'm happy with that. But yeah, put a bit of effort in this week on the race set, and it paid off luckily. I don't know if Justin made a few and made his worse, or I know I made a few. I don't know if it made it better or not, but it worked out in the end. So.
And you gained a lot with that pit stop, mate. Was a strategy always to try and pip him one lap before, or that was always your plan, or what was it from the seat? Yeah,
no, that was always the plan. I tried it in the early race and in the race last night, and he ended up getting me at the second lap at the end of the straight. But I, luckily enough, had enough pace and kept him behind me, and yeah, it worked off in the end. So,
congratulations, mate. About time. That's all we can say.
Thanks, mate. Thank you. Appreciate it.
No worries, mate. We'll go to Madison down P3 tonight. Not the best night, but I guess with the issues you're having with your pedals, probably not too bad a result.
Yeah, third was about as good as I could hope for tonight. I actually really surprised myself off the start. I got to Eau Rouge first, which kind of shocked me a bit. But yeah, and then I didn't really know what to do. I was thinking, oh, hang on, I shouldn't be up the front. I'm struggling a bit, and it didn't take Justin and Muggo long to round me up. So first, massive congratulations to Muggo. He drove brilliantly tonight. So happy to see him win another one of these. And for a podcast at this time, that is just awesome. And Justin for pushing him all the way. That was a great battle to watch, even from a distance. So yeah, well done, fellas.
And we touched a little bit, Madison. You had dramas for people who don't know. Just fill us in a little bit on some of the dramas you had before coming into tonight's race.
Yeah, about 2 hours before the race start, the pedals packed it in basically and stopped connecting to the computer. So Yeah, we had to pull out the spare set of pedals, and they're very, very different. I normally have a wide cell brake, so to go back to the potentiometer brake pedal, the more basic way of, I suppose, pedal units. Yeah, it was really hard. The travel in all pedals is different, and yeah, I really struggled with braking. But I think overall, not a bad salvage effort tonight. So yeah, as I said, third was as good as it was going to get, I think.
We might quickly go to Corey Henger next. Corey, pretty good result in the end, finishing P7.
Yeah, no, the direct clutch services Falcon was bloody good tonight. I got to thank Hilly for the setup too, because they wanted so good to get back in the top 10 in this series and finally be enjoying driving again. But it was bloody awesome.
A bit of a tough week. You sort of were struggling with your brake pedal a bit this week as well, mate.
Yeah, I had a bit of a muppet moment. I've been driving around for the last 3 weeks with the curve factor on 0, which I think is for a load cell brake. So once I figured out what the problem was, I managed to cut a few seconds off the time. But he's hoping good things to come with the rest of the season now.
Did you want to make a bit of an announcement in regards to the team for the rest of the season? Let everyone know what's happening.
Oh, just a bit of a change up with the team. Sort of, you'll notice it more next season. We'll finish out this one as XSG Motorsport, but exciting times. I know Hilly's excited about it.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure the whole team's pretty excited. So exciting times as the team changes name, changes sponsor, and changes everything. We get rid of the green off the cars. Hilly's excited about that.
That's
We'll
not
go
such
to
a
Hilly.
good thing.
Go to Hilly with the new red car. Hilly, pretty good race right up until the end. Unlucky that incident with you and Vale, but still a pretty good result to finish 8th.
I'm stoked with any top 10, I think, at this stage. I'm still learning lots. I mean, I burnt the tyres up trying to chase down Fabian, and which let Vale and Emerson catch me. There's a bit of an unfortunate incident. I don't think Vale would have meant that, but I hope Vale didn't mean that. But oh well, those things happen. It's part of racing. But mate, to still end up with a top 10, stoked.
Mate, top effort. We were praising you pretty much through the race. We were impressed with your pace that you had throughout the night, and to be on the cards for a top 5, it's not a bad bounce back considering the dramas that you just touched on with Vale, and yeah, it's good to see you're still smiling, mate.
Mate, it's all a big learning curve for me at the moment. I mean, to be inside the top 10 right now, mate, couldn't be happier. I don't know if you guys saw on the broadcast, but geez, I nearly cleaned up Samuel Collins on that overtaking area into the S's after the big long straight.
Yeah, we did catch that.
Yeah, we got that.
Holy moly! I apologise to Sam because I was all over the place.
We were saying, we touched on that, the pace that you had, we were saying that you probably would have wished you'd changed to red about 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah, that's right. It would have been a handier change, that's for sure. Maybe I would have had better luck at Watkins.
We might wrap it up, guys, because we've been live for a fair while. It's been a long night tonight. Congratulations heaps to Muggo, Justin and Madison, the podium tonight. Well done, guys. Been an awesome race to watch, and I'm sure you guys will enjoy watching it back.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah,
Thanks
heaps, guys.
No worries, guys. Thanks heaps, Sam, man, once again for joining me.
No worries, mate. I think he's gone quiet. He's probably already watching the replay. So
I'm pretty sure he's excited at whatever he's doing.
I'm so tired I can't speak.
well done, Muggo. Thanks, Jay. Thanks, Seb, behind the scenes. Bring on Motegi next week. Can't wait.
Yeah, looking forward to Motegi next week. Don't forget, Wednesday night we're live for Race to Reality Round 3 from Lime Rock Park. Thursday night we're live for the Australian New Zealand Grand Am Series from 9:45 Australian Eastern Daylight Saving Time from Laguna Seca. Next Monday night, we're live for the Iracing.com V8 Supercar official online series from Twin Ring Motegi, proudly brought to you by Extreme Sim Gear, Direct Clutch Services, Track Racer, and V8 Supercar Fan Group. Big thanks to those guys for helping us out. We might wrap it up there. Your winner, finally, I can say this, Mug. I've been waiting for this for nearly 2 years, mate. Your winner of round 5 at Spa Francorchamps is Josh Muggleton.
Powered by